Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And guess what we have in the bag?
I don't know.
The internet.
What? Zach, what do you mean the internet is in this bag?
I've got the internet in this bag. This is called the Nomad system. And so you know how, well, we like to travel.
Sure.
And we like to have the internet when we travel.
You're not always going to get the internet wherever you go, in terms of Wi-Fi or, you know, maybe you can get 5G if you're lucky, you know.
It's in the bag.
All right, show me what's in this bag.
All right. So this is really a cool problem solver for a lot of people.
Okay.
This is a Wi-Fi router. This is the Nomad Air.
Okay.
This is a battery.
Whoa, it's a big battery.
Big battery. And this is a bag.
Okay.
Okay.
This has a green blinking light on it.
Yeah, no, it's live right now. In fact, I'm on the internet on my laptop on that.
But it's not hooked up to anything.
Well, you know what? I'm going to help you wrap your head around this.
Okay.
Let's go for a little trip, okay? Let's hop in the Ford F-150 Lightning and let's drive here. See this map?
Okay.
This is a map of cell phone coverage.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a spot. It's like about 20 minutes from here where there's no cell phone coverage practically at all.
Oh, a dead zone.
Pretty bad dead zone.
Okay.
Let's drive there and see how this stacks up.
Okay.
What you getting there for speeds? So yours is not on Nomad. Mine is. So
Wow.
I'm getting 5.9 megabits per second, and we're in a really lousy area.
Yeah, this is a dead zone.
Anyway, so if you look at this, Jesse, this laptop is also on the Nomad, and I'm getting 8.6 megabits per second.
Wow. All right.
9.2.
Whoa. Hang on. So I'm looking on mine. Oh, look at I'm getting 600
kilobits
per second.
And there we go. I'm getting 1.8 megabits.
Wow.
So 3 times what you're getting, and it might go up. 5.2 megabits. So,
Come on. That's awesome.
So 9 times what you're getting.
And we're in a dead zone. Like I went out of my way to find this dead zone.
And I do want to point out, you only need like 2.8 megabits per second to watch like 4K Netflix.
Oh, well, hang on. Let's watch a YouTube video.
Okay.
Wow, so yours is actually streaming video and mine.
Yeah, I mean, mine's been playing the whole time.
Wow. It hasn't even stopped. Like it hasn't stopped and buffered.
No. And I mean, I'm now running this on a second machine.
Wait, so that's all going through the Nomad?
Yeah, these both are going through the Nomad, and like, let me pull up one of our videos here.
Mine's gonna load eventually.
So last week we talked about
So yeah, I'm watching
Two
our
videos
video,
at once.
And it's been no buffering problems.
I still haven't been able to load my video.
So I would say this test is really good. We found a really good dead zone. We're in a valley. It's, you know, you're shooting the map right now of like how bad this is, and we're proving it with your phone and with Nomad, and like I'm able to watch 2 YouTube videos and you're not able to pull up the YouTube.
Like my phone says that it has 4G.
Doesn't matter what it says. It matters whether you can watch YouTube.
I mean, I knew that there were dead zones around us, but like I didn't know. I don't know. I wasn't expecting this.
No, if we were camping right now.
Oh, I finally got it to load.
Oh, right.
The search results.
Is it playing?
Let's see.
Hey, you got it playing a little bit.
I got it playing. That's pretty good. Oh, buffering.
All right, so as you can see there, we got to this dead zone. Your phone couldn't really do much. I mean, maybe for a split second here or there.
If I was lucky, yeah.
But this could. You might be asking, okay, what does this just get, like internet out of thin air? Well, kind of. It gets it from cell phones. I'm not exactly sure which actual carriers it gets it from, but basically I think it's searching around for different carriers and it finds the one that it can get it best from, and then it gives you Wi-Fi internet. And so as you saw from that footage, I, with my devices, was able to go on YouTube and I was able to surf the web and do all kinds of stuff because I had internet.
Now, by the way, so I have Verizon on my phone. In our particular area, Verizon is like one of the best. I very rarely run into a dead zone with Verizon.
Right. We had to go search for a dead zone.
We had to go search for a dead zone. This dead zone, by the way, dead zone from all carriers. I mean, if you look on the map here, there's lots of different colors in the overlay. The reason that this is white is because nothing is reaching this particular spot. It just so happens that, like, you know, these people's houses, oops, sorry, you're in the middle of a valley. The cell phone towers that we put up aren't going to actually reach this particular spot.
Now, we've solved this problem one other way, right? We've used Starlink. And if you have a clear view of the sky, and in fact, here where we were, there was too many trees, we probably couldn't have done it.
Right.
We could have taken out Starlink on a clear field, set it up, and probably gotten internet. But first of all, That's not cheap, right?
No.
So right now, Starlink, I think, is $5.99. Plus, you have to pay $150 a month or $135 a month.
Sure.
So let's talk about price.
Okay.
So the Nomad has two different versions. You got the Nomad Air,
which is this one.
Yep, and that is normally $499, but it's on sale right now, and I think for a while for $249.95.
Okay.
But that's just this. You have to pay two other fees. One is an activation fee. That's a one-time fee of $29.95.
Okay.
And then you have to choose from two plans. So you either choose the $99.95 a month plan, which will give you 100 megabits per second, or you choose the $149.95 per month plan, which will give you 200 megabits per second.
Those are excellent speeds.
Depends what you're doing, right?
Okay.
So if you're just watching Netflix and doing some normal kind of database work, then you probably just need the $100 a month plan.
Now that does not include this gigantic battery.
No, so
okay.
You can either run this off of whatever power you already have, like if your car has USB or your own little battery, or you can buy their battery. That battery is
6,000 milliamp hours, so 222 watt hours of electricity. So you can't take this one on an airplane. They do sell one that is 99 watt hours, which is the maximum that you can take a battery pack onto an airplane as a separate battery pack. So this thing is massive.
That thing is supposed to last 1 week of internet. I don't know if that's if you're like screaming downloads the whole time or if that's just like kind of normal use.
But we tested it. We left this up and running for over a week and it still had juice left in it. And I mean, we weren't doing much on it, but I think that basically if you needed a little bit of internet here or there, I think it would have been basically the exact same.
They also have some cool bags like we have here to choose from. I actually, like normally I'm not a bag guy and I'd be like, I don't care. But if you are going to bring this around a lot, it is kind of nice to have.
The cool part is that it has designated spots. So the battery has a spot to fit in, and the Nomad itself has a spot to fit in. You can travel without it, rattling around and smashing into things. Really nice.
And it's really fast and easy to set up. It's just like any other Wi-Fi you ever come across. You just need the Wi-Fi name and the password, which are all provided to you, and then you're good to go.
And so now, it's working now.
Yeah.
In the bag.
Yeah, I mean, my computer's running off it right now.
We got all sorts of extra chargers and stuff like that, so that way we can charge up the battery pack.
Well, and let me show you some speeds we got when we were just in the driveway.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're back in the driveway. You are on what, just LTE?
Yeah, so I have 4G. It looks like I don't even have that many bars, but I do. I'm getting great internet here. So let's see. Starting off slow, but there it builds up. I was getting 100 megabits per second, which is nice and fast. 93. It's averaging out now.
Okay, both my machines now are on the Nomad.
Okay.
And these are the speeds I'm getting. So I can refresh them, but yeah, 130 megabits per second on this machine.
Cool.
Okay, so now we're seeing what this one's getting.
Whoa.
On the Nomad, we're getting double what you're getting, almost.
That is fast.
But I mean, these are speeds I would be seeing with like, Comcast or Verizon Fios.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm happy with mine, but like that's fantastic. It is faster.
Yeah, and look at, I'm getting basically the same numbers on both machines. And this, by the way, is with the Nomad in the car.
Yeah.
And so then the other thing you're probably wondering is upload speed, because this is download. So once this is done, I'm going to start running my upload. Why don't you run your upload?
Okay.
So my upload is 6 megabits per second.
Oh, mine's only 2.9.
And again, just to give you some context, 6 might sound like a low number, but that's plenty of upload speed.
Yeah.
For most things. Because when you're playing a game or something, you're only uploading very small packets of information usually. Yep. This one's still running, but looking at
wow,
10 megabits per second.
10 versus like 3. That's great.
And the latencies are very similar. I guess this one's a little bit slower latency than yours. But that's probably because it has to go through a Wi-Fi and then go.
Well, and your phone is a little bit older.
Right.
And that tablet's a little bit slower.
Right.
So that's really neat.
Yeah, so you can see there that in normal places, it's going to be pretty screaming fast.
It was faster than my phone. And again, my phone is a Samsung 2023, completely up to date. I'm getting, 5G. This is getting that, but faster.
Yeah, so we're in a basement right now, and I'm getting speeds of like 39 megabits per second. Not 100 megabits per second, but we're in a pretty bad...
We're in an actual basement.
Actual basement.
We're
surrounded by wires that you can't imagine.
Well below grade. Let me just see what my phone's getting real quick.
And as you saw when we were outside, we also showed you the upload speeds. Obviously, upload speeds are not the same as download speeds, but we were getting as fast as 10 megabits per second upload, which is really good.
So I'm getting, pretty close to the same.
Yeah, I think we're basically limited by what it can get from cell through the dirt and through the wires and all that.
That's pretty impressive.
So let's talk about the use cases here. I think there's two big ones. One is if you live in a rural area where you don't have the ability to get a wired, internet to your house, to be able to get these speeds at these prices, pretty cool. Second thing would be EV trips, RV trips, going out into the world and wanting to keep being able to do work, watch movies. I know that we went camping, for instance, last summer, and we got to a campground where the Wi-Fi wasn't very good, and we could barely watch Netflix or do anything fun, and it's just kind of a bummer because we've all gotten kind of used to having the internet available.
Sure, but I mean, especially if you want to work while you're traveling or do some kind of van life thing, the internet is a big question. And I think that a lot of us think that I can just kind of hotspot off my phone. The thing that you don't realize is that your data provider has throttling limits set up on your plan. You can check almost any phone plan and they're gonna have throttling limits set up. So once you get past a certain amount, so you're gonna be well on your way. Oh, this is great. The van life is for me and this is awesome. And then, you're gonna be in the middle of a Zoom call with your boss and all of a sudden it's gonna drop out. They're gonna go like, Jeffrey, what is going on? And you're like, well, I am in the middle of Yosemite. And they're like, well, that's not a good working environment, is it, Jeffrey? This has no throttling limits on your internet.
Two more use cases I can think of. So one is if you have a family and in the back seat are the kids and they want to do all of their Wi-Fi stuff, their games and their movies, and you're driving, let's say, on highways, you're going to keep having cell phone coverage, so this will work great, and they're going to keep getting to do what they want to do in the back seat. The other use case is something we do a lot, which is when we travel, we get to a hotel where we're like, great, we'll have awesome internet speeds tonight. And then you don't, because you're sharing that Wi-Fi usually with everybody there and usually at the same time. So I've been in major brand hotels like Hilton and Marriott, and it's 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock when you want to watch a movie. Everyone's watching a movie and you get all sorts of dropouts.
Even off hours. They want to spend as little money as they can just to say that they have Wi-Fi.
So a lot of times when they say free Wi-Fi, it's in the asterisk at the bottom is they really throttle it. And you can usually pay more to get a less throttled, although honestly, we've done that before too. And
not worth it.
It's not really worth it. This, you're gonna, I think, be really happy. You bring this into the hotel with you and you know what you're gonna get.
Now, okay, so this is a monthly subscription, either 100 or 150 bucks a month.
So here's my hack. Like if this is gonna be your use case month in, month out, then
Sure.
yeah, you're gonna pay that monthly. But my hack would be they allow you to turn it on and off anytime you want. So, and I think probably that's monthly. So my thought would be, oh, you're going for a trip in July? Turn it on. And then you come home and you're like, yeah, I probably don't need this again until September. Turn it off.
And so that's going to allow you to use it when you want to use it and not use it when you don't. That's something that we've run into with Starlink. Starlink, because it's satellite internet, they don't want you to move, first of all. They also don't really want you to be on their network because you're throttling everything. Cellular networks have way more bandwidth than satellite internet, and so they don't really care if you're using their service. They don't really care.
Just thought of another use case.
Okay.
You have the rental property you want to Airbnb out, right? But you don't want to pay for a whole year of Wi-Fi internet from Comcast or whatever, because maybe you only rent it out while you're there. You could have one of these there and then just turn it on for the months that you're renting and be able to advertise that you have screaming Wi-Fi speeds.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like out on an island or something like that where
Sure.
you don't have like internet availability.
And the other thing is I love Starlink. Starlink I think is so cool and high tech and going to change the world. The problem with it for me is that it wouldn't work in this room. I would need to go outside, set it up
Run a wire.
in the right spot, run a wire into my house, have all of the necessary components. This is running way less electricity. First of all, that's a big thing. Because this thing can last a week on that battery, that means that you're drawing what?
Probably like 20 watts.
Probably, yeah.
Whereas Starlink usually runs around 100 watts or 150.
So when you're talking about an RV situation where maybe you're going to be running your whole life off of solar panels, that's another consideration to make. Plus this is working right now in a bag.
I know.
I'm carrying it around. I can't really carry around Starlink. As much as I really, really like it, this is really cool.
No, it's just nice for peace of mind too. So I think it's a really cool option, something to at least know about for a lot of different use cases. Comment down below your thoughts if you've ever used it or what your use case would be, because I'd love to hear about that.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's review.